Yo, what's going on, my people? It's your big homie Crooks the Great, aka CTG, and I'm back at you guys with another banger of an Undisputed Tips video. And in this video, I got 3 pro level tips that'll change your online gameplay as a whole. Now, you guys know, and I know, that there's a lot of newer players to this game. There might be people that just picked up the game before the Championship Edition, or there might be people that just, are picking up Undisputed for the first time since the Championship Edition. And they might be looking for some tips and tricks to help them play like the pro level players play. So in this video, like I said, I have 3 pro level tips for you guys that'll help you guys, that are meant to help you guys play like pro level players play. So if you guys are able to work in these 3 tips that I have for you guys here and that I'm about to show you in the video, you guys are going to notice a massive difference in your wins and losses in the game, as well as it could potentially change, your KO ratio as well, because we all know we all want to be knocking people out instead of just, point fighting people. But in some cases, you want to have tools for both. You want to be able to point fight if you need to, but you also want to have some clean setups to land those heavy damaging power shots that we all love to land in the game. But without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the video. All right, my people. So the first thing that I want to show you guys here is the catch and shoot. The catch and shoot can be a very, very useful tool, especially in online fights against opponents that really want to go to the body, more specifically with the body jab, right? So here I'll have my opponent throw that, and that's what you're going to want to do right there. So see how I'm circling off? I'm circling off, going with the lead hook to the head. That's how you're going to want to do it. And normally, regardless of the desync that you guys have in the game, you're going to be able to get the counter shot almost every single time if you're throwing the right strike. So you guys see here, when I'm countering, I'm always throwing the side that I'm circling towards. So I'm circling towards my lead side right here. I'm going to block the shot, and then I'm immediately firing off that lead hook. And if you do it correctly with the right timing, you're going to be able to get that counter shot pretty consistently, like you guys are seeing for the most part me getting right here. All right, so you see we get the stun right there. Yeah, that's exactly how you're going to want to do it. And it's going to really make your opponent second guess throwing jabs to the body when they're up close. All right, so another way that you can also use the catch and shoot is going to be against those pesky damn people that just love to pull back like this, right? We all see it. Plenty of people will throw shots and then they'll immediately pull back like this. So this is what you're going to want to do against them. You're going to want to go jab straight to the body. And again, once you do it correctly, and if you do it with the right timing, you're going to get a counter shot like that. And this is going to be all connection based, but you just want to find that timing. And what this is really going to make your opponent do is, if they don't stop throwing it if they don't stop leaning back like that, you're just going to get counter shot after counter shot and start stacking up those points. So again, you catch the jab to the body, immediately fire off the jab straight to the body. And with this one, you're going to want to stand still. You're not going to want to be moving, but you're going to want to throw to the same side again. And like I said, it could be very inconsistent because the punch tracking is messed up. But I guarantee you guys, once or twice around, you're going to be able to land that. And it's going to make your opponent have to second guess, just pulling back like that, and make them either start to diagonal dodge out, or they're just going to stop doing it altogether and start trying to implement another game plan. All right, so the second tip that I have for you guys here is going to be the lunging straight on counter. Now, this could be very good, especially if you've established, or you haven't really established, or you want to use your backdashes like that. It's going to catch opponents slipping, especially in the pocket, right? So here's how to do it. So we're going to throw a body jab. We're going to step out. He's going to whiff on that shot right there, and we're going to immediately step in with the straight lead hook. So this is how you're going to want to do it. The backdash didn't work right there. But you see how much distance that covers right there. And if you catch it and time it accordingly, you are going to not only land those 2 shots, but there's a higher chance you're going to get a counter shot as well. So right there, we're going to step out. Oh, he didn't time it up correctly. We're going to go to the jab. Straight lead hook. Do it again. Step out. Oh, nope. I have a lot of stick drift on my stuff, so it's kind of tough to do sometimes. Straight lead hook. There you go. See, on counter right there. And that's how you're going to want to do it. And like I said, the counters in this game can be very, very inconsistent. But if you land 2 or 3 of those around, or even 1 to 2, it's going to stack up those points. And it's going to create that confusion in your opponent's mind, which is really what you're trying to do. You shouldn't always be trying to go for KOs in this game because they're very, very tough to get. But you just want to stack up points, and then eventually, if you're able to stun your opponent, then you kind of go to work there. But again, let's do it again. We're going to go body jab, step out, straight, lead hook. Very, very clean, effective counter. Really makes your opponent have to be defensive after every strike they throw, which if they're being defensive, they're not being offensive, and that's really what you want to do. So again, straight, lead hook, blam. Second pro tip that I have for you guys here in the video. All right, so the next and last pro tip that I'm going to have for you guys here is setting up power punches. Now, power punches can be very, very useful, but there's some that are quicker in the game than others. So the first one that I want to teach you guys is going to be the jab to power straight. Now, if you're able to input this quick enough, you're going to get a very, very fast power shot that comes up off of that jab. So it's going to look like this right here. So see right there, we instantly stunned Manny just because of the power that Terrence Crawford has. So what you're going to want to do is input your jab and then immediately input the power straight. It's going to look like that right there. Very, very quick animation. Very useful, especially if you have your opponent's timing and you time it out correctly. Very, very clean, solid, easy work. And this could be very useful even off of the catch and shoot to the body as well. If you're able to catch and shoot it, like let's say my opponent threw a body jab and I blocked it and then I immediately got the counter off of the body jab, I immediately fire that straight off, and there's a high chance, depending on where you're at in the fight and where their stamina's at, that you could actually get a stun off of this as well. So again, body jab, rear power straight, very quick animation. So go into practice mode and definitely drill this before you take it into an online fight, because it's a very, very useful thing to do. So the second one that I'm going to have for you guys is going to be the feint to the body, the feint body straight, rear power hook. So it's going to look like this. Like that. You see the animation's very quick. Creates that high-low mix-up. And it's going to kind of fool your opponent, especially with the current meta of the game being the body straight and stuff like that. If you're able to work your body straights, get them used to seeing it, then you can throw in the feint straight, rear hook to the head. And we're taunting right there for some reason. Right there like that. That animation just plays out really, really quick. And it'll get you some solid damage. And I know I've kind of covered this before in one of my videos, but I know there's a lot of newer players that are in the game that might not have watched my old videos, but this is going to be a very solid way to set your opponent up with that high-low mix-up, as long as you're establishing that straight to the body. So again, right there, very, very clean. Very, very clean animation. Get you some solid damage. But you got to be careful, especially because the taunts are on the D-pad with the feints right now. So sometimes you might throw out a feint, so you just got to be really, really careful with your input timing and actually making sure that you're clicking the right button as well. But those are going to be the 3 tips, the 3 pro tips that I have for you guys here on the video. Let me know, is there something that you guys use that helps you guys get more damage in the game, or that you guys feel like would benefit the community as a whole? If there is, please drop a comment in the comment section letting us know, so that way it helps more of the community, man. I feel like a lot of the spamming in the community comes from people's lack of knowledge of actually knowing how to play this game effectively and actually having an effective way in the game to land the shots that they want to land. So please, if you guys use something different than what I've talked to you guys about here in the video, please drop a comment in the comment section. And as per the usual, I'm going to be trying to respond to every single comment that's left on this video. But that's it from me, my people. If you guys did enjoy this video and you guys are new to the channel, please make sure to slap that subscribe button as well as slap that like button, man. It would be much appreciated. So that way this video does get tossed into the YouTube algorithm and more people get to enjoy the great content that I have for you guys here on the channel. But until next time, my people, take it easy, be safe, enjoy the rest of your guys' day, afternoon, evening, depending on where you guys are watching this from. And I will see you guys in the next video.